Bluff City Media presents The Anthony Sain Show with your host, Anthony Sain. Now, let's get to the show.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Anthony Sain Show. This is your host, of course, Anthony Sain. Here with my guy,
Anthony Sain.
Got me talking fast in this joint, man. Feeling good. Had a good pep talk with my boy, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. Every time that music hit, bro, every time that Underground King instrumental hit, bro, it just pepped me up, remind myself I'm that dude, man.
You that dude,
just
man.
Just a good feeling, man. Just a good feeling, man. And I know that comes out to people the wrong way, man, but as tough as life is just to get through, sometimes you got to motivate yourself, man. Remind yourself, man. And even if you don't think you the best, man, you got to tell yourself the best, bro. You got to fake it till you make it. And I hope this helping somebody out there. Go ahead, bro.
We're the best, man.
Hey, we the best, bro. Ain't nobody fucking with us on this right here, man. For real, though. But, man, I got with the young ladies Monday with Memphis Magic Volleyball Institute, and Monday also happened to be National Black Women in Sports Day. And I asked them day. I asked them did they know what today was, and nobody knew. I told them, I said, the young ladies, this is a day that you can celebrate yourselves. Don't ever feel ashamed to celebrate yourself at all times.
100%.
Always tell yourself. I try to motivate them at the beginning and at the end of each count, man. And I had to remind them to celebrate themselves. So I don't know who they might be for out there today, man. Celebrate yourself today, man. No matter what your boss is talking about, no matter what your coworkers talking about, your friends, your family, your spouse, whatever they talking about, man. Keep motivating yourself, man. Tell yourself you are the best, bro. And I know my attitude about that type of stuff rubs some people the wrong way. I do not care, man. Let it rub you till it hurt, man. Let it rub you till it.
Let it rub you raw, baby.
Till it skill you. I can't say the K word. I already cussed, but I might well say the K word. Let it hurt till it skill you, man. I don't care, man. You'll be all right, bro.
Hey, I'll say this, man. You were talking about spouses. I want to give a shout out to my spouse, man. Let me tell you what happened. Let me tell you what happened today, man. So she had to leave to go to work super early today, and we were out last night doing some stuff. I threw my wallet, my keys, everything into her purse because I didn't have pockets on me. So I threw it in her purse while we were out doing what we were doing, and I left them in there on accident. She got all the way to work, was in the biggest meeting of her day, of her whole entire week. And I had a couple appointments I had to go to. I had a doctor's appointment. I had a filming appointment. I had all these different things I had to go do. Couldn't find my wallet. Couldn't find my keys.
It was on her.
I called her. I'm like, babe, check your purse. She checked her purse. My wallet and my keys were in there. On this meeting, she got on her phone and drove all the way back out to the house to drop off the wallet and keys.
Because you couldn't go because she had to
go anywhere. She had everything.
Damn. She cussed your ass out on the way, man.
Man, she was cool, dude. She was cool. She said, man, it's all good. Don't worry about it. I was like, man, you're a good woman, man, for real.
Oh, for sure. Don't nothing beat it, bro. Don't nothing beat it at all, man. I told you, man, like anytime Julia finds out any type of milestone, whether it's 100 episode or coming to Bluff City Media for the first time or whatever this organization is called or whatever we're doing, it's a cake coming. A cake is coming, bro. And speaking of cakes, she bringing them things.
2 cakes.
Man, she bringing them things. Them things is coming, literally. But anyway,
hey, you sent me a picture after. I think it was after the
of the cake, not of her
cake, not the cake, not the other cake. But you sent the cake of the first episode we ever had on Bluff City Media with the Anthony Sain Show. And what was the
logo on it?
What was my response to you? Marry that girl.
Marry that girl immediately. But yeah, man, we are here for the Anthony Sain Show, feeling good, man. Watched absolutely none of the Summer League game.
Absolutely zero.
But I did see that we did draft Tony Allen with a jump shot.
I told you, bro. I told you and DeMichael, man. I told y'all.
Hey, we did draft Tony Allen with a jump shot. Jemiah Meshack went 3 or 4 from the 3-point line.
His shot looks good, doesn't it?
And of course, we get the last guy in the draft, and of course, he's a guy who looks like he's gonna catch on with this team. He's gonna play. He's gonna be on a 2-way. That dude's gonna see real minutes, and he's gonna be nasty.
He had 4 stocks in the game. I'm talking like 4 stocks, 3 3-pointers. I mean, y'all talked about Lou Dort.
Yeah,
he's got a better shot than Lou Dort already.
Yeah, for sure. And we were speaking of cakes, man. Julia came in holding like a yield sign over here, like a stop sign, bro.
I'm gonna need Julie to leave. I'm gonna need Julie to leave.
She just come in, just mess up the whole flow of what I'm trying to do over here, literally.
You like this?
But yeah, man. I want to start off the show. We will have a very special guest today on the show as well. Coming up very soon. Someone will be joining us. Good friend of the show, good friend of the program, will be joining us. But Kenny, I want to start off talking about a great article written by another friend of the show, my guy, man, Drew Hill. Wrote an article a couple of days ago. Yeah, it came out last night actually. He wrote it yesterday afternoon for the Daily Memphis. A story about Gigi Jackson, who has been doing his thing in Summer League so far this year, averaging over 20 points a game, shooting well from the field, shooting well from three, playing a little defense, Kenny Stubblefield. Taking some shots at Taylor Jenkins. Oh man, I love it. I'm loving all of it from Gigi Jackson so far. But a great article by Drew Hill. I'm sure Drew's probably in Utah. He's probably in Utah for the Summer League.
Probably.
He did this article, story about Gigi Jackson, saying that Gigi's biggest influence last year was not his family, not one of his coaches, not one of his teammates, but actually was Ty Jerome, who is the recent signing of the Memphis Grizzlies this summer, of course. Ty Jerome comes to the team as a free agent. And it says that Gigi had an encounter with Ty Jerome, Kenny Stubblefield. You said you haven't read the article, so I'm just going to break down. It's a really cool story, man. Gigi says to this day he doesn't know why Ty Jerome was there because he wasn't on G League assignment. He said maybe he was there to, visit one of the guys on the team or work out with the guys. But he said he ran into Ty Jerome and just got to complaining. He got to complaining about his role, how he wasn't playing with the team this year, thought he should be doing more. And Ty Jerome was like, man, go cry to somebody else, bro, because I was overlooked for a long time. I was a national championship guard in Virginia. I knew I could play the whole time, but I waited my turn, bro. And I waited. He told Gigi he controlled the controllables, you know what I mean? And he said that. And Gigi said that conversation with Ty Jerome really hit home for him. And in the article, man, Gigi also admitted frustrations that he had last year with playing time, right? And it's easy to knock Gigi and call him immature and all those type of things. But the thing you have to remember about Gigi is you're talking about a guy who he was Ace Bailey before Ace Bailey was Ace Bailey. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you're talking about a guy who was the number one player in his class for a long time. He comes in as a rookie, had a great year in a season that didn't matter at all. Right. Glorified G League games pretty much for him. And then the next year he gets hurt. He comes back from the injury. He says that he was fine with going to the G League instead of playing in the real games. But the way things are shaking out, they just don't add up. I'm not going to go too far with that. But that whole story just don't add up to me. But, Gigi had a rough time, and he admitted that he had some immaturity issues last season that led to things probably being a lot worse. Yeah. But I'm glad to see that, one, they haven't traded Gigi, and two, that new Grizzlies coach, Tomas Isolo, does seem to prioritize getting Gigi going. And him and Gigi do have some level of symmetry, some level of connection. And it seems like it's going to be a good season for Gigi. Fingers crossed, man. Toes crossed, eyes crossed, whatever crossed that Gigi didn't get hurt like he did in training camp last year, before training, whatever he did last year. We'll have a great season with him. But check out that article by Drew Hill just saying
really good stuff. Really good.
Yeah, good stuff, man. And how Ty Jerome was a guy that pulled him to the side and was like, bro, just hang in there and just be ready, because I had to go through the same thing. And he also said that Ty Jerome, he expects him to be one of the leaders on this team. Because we talk about vets, right? Whether you want to get excited about these names or not, the Grizzlies added 3 vet players this offseason.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Like we can, it wasn't, we didn't add, Kevin Durant and whatever, but
Giannis, we didn't add Giannis. How dare they not add Giannis?
Yeah. We added 3 grown men to this team, bro. Right. And I think that could pay immediate dividends. But Kenny Stubblefield, our guest today, is not a grown man.
She's not a grown man.
I call her the undisputed queen of Memphis sports media. This is my good friend, one half of the Minority Report, a podcast that never happened. With me and this young lady, Jessica Benson, is in the building. Jessica, what's going on, man?
What's up, guys? How are you this beautiful afternoon?
Man, we're good. We're good. Just every time I see you, I think about the Minority Report, the podcast we had in the chamber. Kenny, we had the podcast in the chamber, bro.
What could have been?
Me and Jessica Benson, the Minority Report was supposed to happen. Hey, that's crazy, bro. Minority. Every time I think about how wild that day would have been,
it makes me laugh every time.
It would have been platinum, bro. But then they Grind City Media hired my friend away from me. Or was it 92? I don't know. But she got hired away. My friend was gone. I had to bury.
Gone. She's right here, bro.
So we can't do my unless Grind City Media come rescue me from these bums over here. The Minority Report probably ain't never happened.
You gonna steal CJ's spot?
No.
Let me tell you.
I can't do that at all. As long as y'all don't steal the Minority Report, I'm good.
We're not stealing the name. I would never steal the name. That's ours.
Hey, until you get your credentials back, Anthony, I don't think Grind City Media is coming to talk to you, man.
I'm skipping steps, bro. For real.
You're skipping many steps right now.
This was back first, and then talk about getting hired.
Maybe you should have tried with a Salt Lake City Summer League credential. I feel like that's the bottom of the credential barrel. And you could have slowly worked your way back up.
Hey, the All-Star game is the thought of NBA media credentials for sure. Like anybody can get credentials to the All-Star game.
Yes. Now I wonder if like the Emirates Cup, if they would do the same thing. I don't know how the credentialing works.
Because they made a bigger deal of the Emirates Cup than they did the NBA Finals.
Yeah,
so I don't know. But if you are sitting at your house and have a Twitter account, go apply for All-Star game credentials. You will get approved. Trust me. But I was out there like, bro, who are these people? Like,
everyone.
Literally everybody who wants to come. Like, come on. Hey. Come put in on these hotel rates. We need bodies for the discount.
They're working with the cities that hosted.
Exactly. Oh, yeah. I was like, brother, I felt proud the day I got my All-Star game credentials till I got down there. I was like,
until you got there? Oh, that's the
bro,
worst.
You literally be in my DMs. Like, you just a fan, bro. Who are you? Like, how are you here? All right, but anyway, funny. Jessica Benson joins us. Are you joining us from Salt Lake City?
I am.
Where are you?
I am still in Salt Lake City. Yeah, I am in a lobby of a hotel.
Cool, that's what's up. So I appreciate you rocking with us today, Jessica, for sure. We were talking about an amazing article by Drew Hill, where circumstances led Gigi Jackson and Ty Jerome to meet each other last year in the G League. And Ty Jerome wasn't on assignment. He just happened to be there, and he had a conversation with Gigi. And Gigi said how that conversation kind of set the tone for him, kind of getting his mind together and killing some of the maturity issues that he's had. With Gigi owning up to these immaturity issues, as far as his decision-making is concerned off the court, how do you think that has affected what we've seen on the court so far in the 2 games he's played in the Summer League?
Yeah, I think, again, you're seeing Gigi Jackson, and if you want to consider this like a rebirth of Gigi, like fine, whatever. But really, it's just a really young player who came into the league at a ridiculously young age and is now still the youngest person on this Grizzlies Summer League roster.
Which is insane. Year 3, he's younger than guys just coming into the league.
That's nuts. Like the people who are down on him, he's over. I'm like, he's 20 years old.
Can't buy a beer.
And when you think about
buy cigarettes, actually.
Well, you can't buy a beer anywhere in Salt Lake City.
Can't buy a cigarette lighter.
But when you think about the fact that he got into the NBA, obviously falls later in the draft, never in a million years was he expected to play as many games as he did in his rookie season for the Grizzlies. But circumstances allow for it. He takes advantage of the situation, high volume opportunities, because who else is scoring out there? So you have this kind of like storybook beginning for Gigi Jackson in his rookie season. I mean, even when you think back on that night on the TNT broadcast where he gets to do the walk-off interview and he gets all these really cool accolades that come with being an NBA player and like growing into a household name in the NBA, or at least an NBA fan name. And then his sophomore season comes along and he gets hurt and the minutes aren't there for him. And I can't imagine what that's like mentally for anybody to go through, to get like the highs of the highs and then go to the lows and then not really know how to mentally adapt to that level of adversity. And I thought Drew's article was great and like really pointing out the ownership of Gigi. Like that's what you want to hear from him. Like he's owned it. Like if he could go back in time, he would take back how he acted last year, but he can't. He can only learn from it. And so that brings us to Summer League here. And I think he's come in with just a really open headspace. He seems really connected with both Zach Kleiman and Tomas Isolo and this coaching staff. I think it helps that Jason March is one of the lead assistants here in Summer League this year. He was the Summer League coach last year. He previously was with the Hustle. Now he's one of the assistants for the Grizzlies. But being able to have him as kind of like someone to bounce off of, Gigi's known him for a while now, is the bottom line there. And so I think there's this level of trust, and they've gotten Gigi to the point where like he's buying into what they need him to do. And here in Summer League, that is your bread and butter. Like go downhill, get to the basket, bully these dudes, like show that you're one of the best athletes that we have here on this Grizzlies Summer League roster, but also in Summer League period. And then also telling him, hey, we need you to get better defensively. There needs to be some more pride on the defensive end. And I think you have seen improvement in the first 2 games that we saw here in Summer League. And he's defending out of position. Like, he's guarding Kyle Filipowski at times. And so you're asking him to do a bunch of stuff that you wouldn't necessarily see from him in a regular season game anyway. And then just in terms of, I thought one of the things that stood out the most to me was how he bounced back from mistakes in game. Like, he had some stupid turnovers, but then he would, like, a couple possessions later, have one of his great moves to the basket, or he'd hustle back on the defensive end for a block. And so just the real time, like, learning in the moment and not allowing bad plays or mistakes to bog him down, to get in his head, to kind of sulk or whatever. I know it's just Summer League, but I do think it's a testament to at least some sort of maturity and some sort of development on that end of Gigi.
And I know you won't go here with me, but I think a big growing moment for Gigi was it wasn't a sit down interview. You both were standing up. You had the interview with Gigi yesterday, but Gigi says he says Zach Kleiman's name. He says, I'm gonna say his name right this time. I'm like, bro, you 1,000,000% were petty as hell for saying you said his name wrong on purpose last time. Like, and I think that speaks to the growth of Gigi, right? You know, like and it's like I was talking with Kenny before I brought you on. It's understandable for a guy to be the number 1 player in the country, to be Ace Bailey before Ace Bailey was Ace Bailey, and then to come into the league and feel like, because in the article that Drew had, he said that he talked to Coach March, right? And Coach March was like, man, you got to look at guys like John Conchar. And Gigi was like, yeah, I thought about, how John came through, and in his head in the time, I was like, dude, why the hell you compare me to John Conchar, right? Yeah. At the time, that's probably the level of immaturity where he was. But now to see that, hey, yeah, the way Conchar did it, the way Ty Jerome did it, I just got to find a role in this team. And I think that you can just tell that Gigi's mentality has changed. And shout out to Coach Isolo for sometimes, man, you have to kind of grab a guy. As a leader, you can have a grab a guy and kind of make him your project. And just say, I'm not going to let you slip through. I'm going to be intentional. I'm going to learn how to speak your language. And I think that's something that Coach Isolo is doing very well. With all those things being said, though, what do you think Gigi's role will be on this team? He's a guy who came in. People kind of penciled him in as a small forward on his team. After his first year, we had dreams of delusions of grandeur where he would be the starting small forward on this team. And now he's kind of transitioned where he's playing more of the 4. Like you said yesterday, he was guarding Kyle Filipowski at the 5. What do you think his role will be on this actual team next season?
I still like him at small forward. I really do.
I don't care.
He's a wing. And like, even just looking at those guys standing together, Jalen, Gigi, Cam, like the size that they have.
So big.
We're like so in this era of everyone focusing on versatility on a roster, but at the end of the day, like, you just want long dudes. And if you can have a long dude on the wing, that's the sweet spot. And I just think that's a place where Gigi plays comfortably. Now, does it hurt that you could throw him into other positions? Absolutely not. Do we need to go full reckless and be like, oh, we're going to see center Gigi someday? I don't know. That might be a little crazy at this point, but ultimately, like, if you're looking at the best case scenario, like, I think he's your wing, right? Like, that's this world where if you're able to throw him out with that body, with that athleticism, like, you're in a really good space. Now, obviously, there's still a lot of growth, especially that has to happen on the defensive end for that to occur. But again, he's 20 years old, so we're real early in this project here, and there's still a lot of runway to go.
Yeah, it's crazy because Gigi's one of those guys. We've heard Josh say this dude's probably the most talented dude on the team. Jaron said the same thing. Desmond Bain said it. I had a random former player I've got connections with that said Gigi Jackson might be the best player on the team. Like, for real. Like, and it's crazy. And it's like we expect that kid to be humble. We expect that kid to be mature. Someone who has that type of skill level that even his peers are acknowledging. But it is good to see, like I said, that he is understanding the power of humility and the power of doing the extra work and not just trying to buck the system and doing what he needs to do. Another player who's had a very exciting summer league that you've gotten to see up close is Jalen Wells. Only played 2 games, had a great first game, struggled from the field a little bit outside of the 3-point line. He shot around 30-something% from 3 that game, but he still managed to get 20 points. The looks will be a lot different when he plays for the Grizzlies. Teams won't be, zeroing in on stopping him. But what do you think? What do you think realistic expectations are for year 2, Jalen Wells?
I think the great thing about Jalen Wells from his rookie season to Summer League to what makes him someone that this team is so invested in is that he can contribute to playing winning basketball even when his shot's not going down, right? And so much of that gets put in the defensive side of things. He's a dog on defense. I hate using the word dog. We use dog far too often.
Hey, we do not compare people to animals, Jessica Benson.
Yeah, I thought you learned
show some respect. Show some respect. We don't compare people to animals.
But no, truly. But he really is just a real solid defender, especially for his age. And when you're able to have those kind of skill sets, along with also the potential at becoming a more consistent, like high volume shooter, that's a positive place to be. The other thing with Jalen Wells that stood out to me here in Salt Lake, like just how quickly people grow up within a year. I know we're talking a lot about like maturing and growing up, but God, I mean, I remember a year ago I was in Las Vegas and it was the game where Jalen Wells, he was a bit of a slow bloomer in Summer League.
In the Summer League, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and he finally had a game where I think he made like 6 threes. And talking to him after that game, talking to him after that game, and like it was his first, walk-off interview and all that stuff. And then talking to him this year, he's like 8 years older. Like obviously not really 8 years older, but just in terms of how quickly he's grown up, and obviously he's in the position where he starts the majority of the games this season, and just someone who truly was willing to like grab onto a moment, take advantage of a moment, and prove to this organization that this is someone that they deeply believe in. Made moves partially. Obviously, it's not like Desmond Bane gets traded because they're ready for Jalen Wells to be the 2 of the absolute future on a contending team tomorrow. But that does contribute to it, right? Like, because there is someone like him who could hypothetically shift from the 3 to the 2 and become that knockdown shooter, and also give you someone who is a better defender in the long run if that ultimately pans out.
Someone else that is shooting the ball insanely well from 3 in the Summer League has been Cam Spencer, second-year player Cam Spencer. He just signed a deal with the Memphis Grizzlies. I'm excited as anyone about Cam Spencer, but it does come with a caveat. Cam Spencer's about 6'2", non-athletic.
6'3". He's listed as 6'3".
I'll take it. Hey, come on. Hey, 6'3" then. Okay, I'll take it. I really like Cam Spencer. I know we don't compare people to animals on this show.
But we got another one.
But he's a gorilla. The boss man, Zach Kleiman, compared him to. Hey, if Zach Kleiman could call him a gorilla, surely I could call him. Thank God Cam Spencer's not black, by the way, as well. But anyway, it would have been real bad if he called a man a gorilla. But anyway, all right. With that being said, like how many, even if he's TJ McConnell, let's say he's that level of guy who's your unathletic, combo guard, a small shooting guard, whatever you call TJ McConnell, right? How does he fit on this particular roster? How does he find minutes when you've got Ja Morant at the starting point? Of course, you got Scottie Pippen Jr. You just signed Ty Jerome. How does Cam Spencer even find minutes on this team?
Okay, I always will come back to time and time again. You can never have too many 3-point shooters on one team, never. Period. And you also can never have too many ball handlers on one team. And I think that's why you see an emphasis on them putting the ball in Cam Spencer's hands during Summer League. And I know we've seen this. We saw them put the ball in Desmond Bane's hands. We saw them put the ball in Zaire Williams' hands. Like we've gone this. We're seeing them put the ball in Jalen Wells' hands. Like this is where they do it because it's an experimentation grounds and like nothing matters when it comes to wins and losses. Even though, it is a more fun. Cam Spencer would tell you it matters. And that's what I love about Cam Spencer.
Right. We love wins. We love wins.
You need guys like that. And if you've watched the Oklahoma City Thunder and the depth that they're able to tap into, I just think if you have a chaos agent like Cam Spencer, and I mean chaos agent 1 because he's insane, and 2 because he could pop off in a game and hit 3 after 3. The way he gets his shots off with limited space, I think is really impressive. And he just has such a smooth stroke. Like the ball leaves his hands and it just looks so pretty. And, you understand what the Grizzlies saw in him from a high percentage 3-point shooting potential. And you need 3-point. You just lost Desmond Bane. You just lost Luke Kennard. You need as many 3-point shooters as possible. And so I just don't think it's a bad thing. Do I think that he's, 7 or 8 off the bench? Maybe not. But it's one of those things where someday there could be a world where the Grizzlies are in a playoff game and Cam Spencer gets into the game and the opposing fan base is like, who the hell is Cam Spencer and why is this guy cooking us right now?
Yeah, for sure. But Jessica, we are taking questions from the people in the comments. We are filtering these deeply, so don't be concerned.
I've already had to filter a few out. Like we're not.
Right. Yeah, some of them just kind of crazy. But this is one of my best friends. My guy Jay Mitch is in the comments. Okay. He's a probably the biggest Jessica Benson fan in the world. He has this question for you. Had to get him off top. For Jessica, is there anything you've noticed different from the old regime and coaching staff and the new staff as far as offense and a defensive approach? I want to ask you that as well because you get to see You don't just get to see Coach Giselo when they pop up on television. You can just sit there and zero in and watch his approach and watch how he's handling things. What are you noticing being able to watch the team up close as far as
he's so cool. Like, he's just a really cool guy.
Giselo,
Giselo. Like, he's just there. He's like so European, but he's also so smart. And obviously, like, he is being very heavily involved with the rest of the coaches here, whether it be Jason March or Eric Schmidt. But like, it feels like they're really working collectively here, which you love to see. But then as it pertains to the offensive and the defensively, like, who the hell is playing full court press in Summer League? You have to assume that is something that is going to carry over this really high pressure defensive intensity that this team has rolled out. And then on the offensive end, just a ton of movement. Like, the words that came to me watching the first two games, because the third game, you kind of just throw it away. Like, how much continuity and cohesiveness are you really getting when you're not playing with some of those main guys? But it's movement with a purpose. Like, everything feels so purposeful. All the off-ball screens, all the on-ball screens, like, it's movement, but it's not chaotic. And there's a real fluidity to it that I know we saw bits of it last year, but it just felt like whatever it wasn't working to its fullest extent. And obviously we know everything that transpired with coaching changes. And now this is TI's, plan forward. And I think you're going to see more of what he did with Paris basketball. And I think that's a really exciting thing. Like, just the way of getting shooters open has been what stood out in those first couple games.
Yeah, I'm ready to see the big dogs doing it for sure.
Yeah. And the big men too. Like, imagine.
Yeah. Not big dogs. I'm sorry. My bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We're back on the dogs.
What am I doing? What am I doing?
What the dude in the center can do in this offense as a screener, as a passer. I do think that's where you get someone like a Jock Landell. And I know it's not the like flashiest signing in the world, but he can pass, he can screen, he can get offensive rebounds, and it gets you back into that realm of just like a big physical bruising big who kind of serves as just the thing that connects everything together with this offense that TI wants to run.
Yeah, for sure.
I know we don't do animal comparisons on this show, but Jason says shout out to the MF and GOAT Jessica, right? Shout out.
Can we compare people to goats?
I think we do it all the time.
We do it all the time.
Oh man. What about my guy, Lil Lou Dort over there, and Lou Dort Jr. and Jemiah Mashak? Sign me up for all of him. What are your thoughts on what you've seen from him so far? And did we get another steal in the draft?
I love him.
Ooh.
I really do. I had a chance to talk with him after shoot around, and he's just like wildly impressive with like how he communicates as an interviewer. A lot of times you do interviews with rookies and like they'll be fine, but they're still getting their feet wet. They don't know how they want to present themselves, like what they want to say. Like, he was very intentional. At that point, he hadn't played a game when I was speaking with him. And he talked about how great it was to be on the bench and be able to look at it from a coach's viewpoint and learn things that way. And he was looking forward to getting in and being able to learn on the fly. And we ultimately saw that where he has 10 fouls in the first game that he plays. But I didn't realize what a good passer he is.
Yeah.
Like, truly, some of those passes are real nice. And then obviously everyone's really kind of focused in on him saying that he's a better shooter than he had the chance to show at Tennessee. And, he made a critical three in the game with the main guys in game 2. And then he makes 3 threes in game 3. So you're at least seeing the ball go through the hoop for him. And it's like, he's not taking stupid shots either. It all feels very intentional. It's always very pass first, but if he gets the wide open 3, he's not afraid to take it. He just seems really mature. And then he wants to be that kind of player who can come in and change the energy of a game with his defense. And I think you're seeing small doses of that. He was involved in basically every defensive disruption that allowed the Grizzlies to get back into the game against of his own. He's just everywhere. And I love the way he plays, and I just love his whole situation.
Yeah, man, sign me up. Y'all can't get none of the stock. And I bought all of it.
Well, we have
it's not for sale.
Every single time we have a guest on, we had this with DeMichael too. People are asking questions about starting lineups, right? Starting lineups for the season, those kinds of questions. So I'm going to do this in a way. I'm going to ask this question because that's coming up a lot in the comment section. Is what's the starting lineup to start the season? One of the questions is, and I want to ask this about the summer league performances. Gigi's obviously having a really nice summer league performance. We're seeing some things out of him that we like. Is there any chance that potentially Gigi's play at the summer league moves him up the I guess the strengths of what's the word I'm looking for? Just the lineup, the roster, just the play time on the starting lineup this year.
My guess would be no. Like whatever happens in summer league isn't going to impact a starting lineup change. Training camp can always be that. Like if you get to a couple weeks before the season, you're into camp, and he's just playing lights out, and it becomes like a you can't ignore it. Then that can always happen. But I do think the most likely starting five, and I'm going to speak Jaren Jackson Jr.'s health into existence because I like to be positive in this situation. Come on now. But it's probably Ja, Jalen Wells, KCP, Jaren, and Brandon Clark. Like that's what I would guess starting five opening night. Maybe you do Jock Landell instead, but I wouldn't mind running with a Jaren BC front court to start this.
I don't think anything Gigi does. I know the question went for me. I just gonna throw this out there. I don't think anything that Gigi does offensively is gonna get him in the starting lineup. I think they know he can score. I think that Islo really wants to have two versatile perimeter defenders out there to start the game off. But I think if Gigi, like I said, can continue to make games defensively, maybe. But I don't really think.
Think about the defense.
I would love to see it.
Jalen, KCP, and Jaren is a pretty damn good defensive trio.
Yeah, it's gonna be nasty for sure. This is gonna be nasty.
Is there any chance we see Cedric Howard in the in Las Vegas?
Hey, where that brother at?
Where is he at?
0% chance. There is a chance. I don't think it's a high chance, but there's always a chance. Listen, he's still in Memphis. He didn't come to Salt Lake City. I'll be curious if he does end up going to Las Vegas. That was still something that was to be determined when the team left last night. But you have to think of it this way. Like the resources available in Memphis to help a player who's coming back from injury are infinitely better than if you're on the road in like the gym at the Wynn or the gym here in the Hyatt in Salt Lake City. So you're able to use all of the equipment, all of the facilities, all of the recovery centers that the Grizzlies have available. And so as you're trying to get Cedric Howard to a place, all of the barbecue to add to the weight to get
100 gold wings.
Exactly. So there's just like a level of comfort there. And at the end of the place I constantly come back with Cedric Howard, like would I love to see him in summer league? Yeah, duh. It's summer. We're all desperate. We're all thirsty. We're like, please. I want to have the experience that the people here are having, getting to see Ace Bailey for the first time or VJ Edgecombe for the first time. But this front office drafted Cedric Howard knowing about this injury and knowing that he was 1-on-0 in workouts leading up to the draft, and they still felt confident enough to take him. So if he doesn't get to play in summer league, I'm not going to sit here sweating over it. But I know people, especially given the injury history of the Grizzlies for the last couple of years, I will never tell a Grizzlies fan not to have PTSD when it pertains to player injuries. But I think it's okay, and I think it makes sense why he's not traveling with the team at this point.
Right, for sure. Did you see anything else in the comments you want to throw up, Ken?
No, I do have a question. Any other non-Grizzly people that from the draft this year that you've been impressed by? Any other guys on other teams?
That second game from Ace was pretty impressive.
Nice, wasn't
like
it?
Talking to Jazz fans, like God, Jazz fans are so desperate for something to happen to this team. And there's enough in Ace Bailey, and again, someone who like he's so young. Like he's 18 years old until August, so he turns 19 in August. But you see enough if you're a Jazz fan where you're like, okay, well maybe he can be the dude, because that's what they haven't. They haven't had a guy. They've had a lot of good players, but nothing has fit together, and they don't have someone to build it all around. And they're out here like screaming at Ace Bailey during the games, like, please don't leave us. Like, oh man, what a place to be with your draft pick after all the drama that comes into it. But they're excited about him. I know he's not a rookie, but that game from Sensabaugh was super impressive. Like that's probably the best overall performance that I saw of any of the games here. Edgecombe's first game for the Sixers was good. Now he's dealing with an injury, but they say it's nothing to be concerned about. But Sixers and Grizzlies, handshakes on injuries affecting all parts of every season.
For sure. You one question I have for you, Jessica, is Islo, have you had any conversations with him on or off the record? Because I haven't seen any. You know, I'm a Tomas Islo press conference junkie, so I get sexy at the house with the robe and the shampoo and all that type of stuff. But
I've only had casual conversations with him thus far. I was able to piggyback off of Eric Hasseltine, the radio voice of the Grizzlies, does like the pregame interviews with the coach before every game. So I would sit in on a couple of those last season going into it, and that's where he's very smart and he's very intentional about what he says about the game. And so I feel like he's someone who wants to make sure that he's really effective in the language that he's using around all of these things. But also he's really easy to talk to. He's super nice, like just a really, really nice, personable guy. And the other word I would use is he seems really authentic. Like there's definitely a level of authenticity with Tomas Isolo that I think
that's compared to who? No, I'm playing.
A lot of all coaches. I think a lot of coaches drift into coach speech. And
any specific coach you're thinking of? Any specific?
All coaches.
I got you. Go ahead.
I've been with all coaches in my life. And like the thing is, it's like I don't know if it's a matter of because he's new. Because listen, at the end of the day, like Taylor Jenkins, one of the nicest guys you'll ever come about. Like and anyone who works within our organization will tell you that. Like just super nice. But you're getting there's a style of coach speech that comes out with a lot of coaches, and a part of it is gamesmanship, and it's, you know, a piece of the game. But with Tomas, and I don't know if it's because of the European element of it, but there's less of a barrier, it feels like, between like what you're trying to say. You're not trying to say something that you're not saying, you're just saying what you want to say. Now that could change. Like that can always change, you know, because once someone's a coach, all it takes is let's see what happens after a losing streak of some kind. Yeah. And then you get burned as a coach. Like my grandpa was a football coach and he used to talk about this all the time. It's like, I don't want to talk to the media. The media does nothing but get me in further trouble in the midst of bad situations. So like, why on earth would I want to be open and honest in the middle of a season type thing? So anyway, it'll be really interesting. I hope that eventually there's like a bigger Tomas Isolo, not press conference per se. I know he's involved with the rookies press conference coming in, but just for fans to get to start hearing from him, I think they'll really fall in love with him quickly.
So nothing's happened in Vegas. No conversation in Vegas at all.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm not going to Vegas, so I don't know.
You're not going to Vegas.
In Salt Lake City, you had no interaction.
Oh, we didn't do any interviews.
I got you.
No, we didn't do any interviews. No, I chose the Salt Lake City leg of this year's Summer League because I have a wedding in Park City on Friday. So
yeah, the Flowers family says don't have too much fun at the wedding.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know what they mean.
I'm so excited. I don't know what they mean either, but it's an Indian Greek wedding. So it's Friday and Saturday, and it's like 300 people. And I'm the MC of the Sangeet.
What is that?
And the dance captain. I don't know. I have a lot of jobs. The Sangeet is like the party of the Indian wedding.
Oh.
So it's like a lot of dances. There's a whole program. I have to like hype people up, introduce all the dancers, dance myself. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
My brother's first wife is Iranian, and they wedding was
they throw down
experience, bro. Yeah,
they throw down.
Yeah.
Daniel Greer. I'm gonna ask this for Daniel Greer because he's burying the lead a little bit. What non-Grizz player are you looking forward to seeing most in Vegas, and why is it former Duke player Con Knippel? That's what he wants to know.
It is former Duke player Con Knippel. Actually, I love Con Knippel, and I just like to say the name Con Knippel over and over. I would not pay $200 to watch Cooper Flagg and Bronny James play, but I am excited to watch Cooper Flagg play Summer League. But like when you have a player like that, just with all the hype speaks volumes, right? Because either you go in and he's going to ball out, or he's going to, be a quote unquote Summer League disappointment, which is so stupid. It doesn't have any real inclination on what his career will ultimately be. But I'm excited to see how it begins to look. And obviously the Mavs get rewarded for their Luka Doncic trading sin with the great big white dude from Maine. And I'm excited to see what he looks like. But yeah, Con Knippel would be my other one of that mixture. I'm a sicko. I watch Summer League. Like last night, my husband called me when I was home from the Grizzlies game, and we were on FaceTime. And so he saw the TV in the background, and he was like, "Are you watching the Spurs-Lakers Summer League game?" And I was like, "Yeah, I just have it on in the background." He's like, "That's disgusting."
Yeah. It's basketball, right? Anytime basketball's on, we watch it. That's how it goes.
What else am I going to watch? Baseball? Please.
Right. Jason Mitchell asks, you already answered the first question, are you going to Vegas? And he said, this is a question I wanted to ask you. Do you think there's any Grizzlies main roster guys that are going to be going to see the team? And does that mean maybe a Cedric Howard then does go to Las Vegas to kind of hang out with the guys and kind of get some time in with those guys?
Yeah, I'm really curious about this because Santi Aldama's wedding is coming up. I don't know exactly when it is, but I know, quite a few people will be at that. So I don't know how that will interfere with the main guys coming and supporting, but we've seen it every year. Like Jaw's been there, Jaren's been there, in the past Dez was there. I think Luke was there last year. Didn't we even
Dylan
get
Brooks came and sat with the guys?
Dylan Brooks came. Zaire Williams
came.
Zaire Williams need to have his sorry ass on the court. He was sitting there
walking out behind Jaren. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Like, get on the court.
He was not that dude, bro.
Yeah. So it seems like there's always somebody, and usually there's like some events that are going on that a player has to come and appear at too. But I just don't know who it'll be this year. I'll be really curious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to respond to this at all. I just think this is really funny. If Cooper Flag dunks on Bronny James, MAGA Nation will declare a national holiday.
Yeah, it's covered.
We can't keep ruining the white players in these leagues. Like, Caitlin Clark, can't she just be good? Cooper Flag, can't he just be good?
Yeah.
I am, as far as that goes, bro, I've been absolutely shocked that we haven't gotten the weirdo energy behind Cooper Flag like that at all.
100%.
Like, it seems like this would be the dude. It seems like it would be even bigger than Caitlin. But
it's a woman thing. It's her college career being what it was. I mean, she was truly like setting the scoring record, the buzz that it became such just a crazy following. And then also, I mean, you did have everything that happened in the national championship game, the one with Angel Reese, it becomes this moment and it grows from there. And Caitlin lives up to everything. Like, she's been phenomenal. I was watching the Fever Valkyries game earlier. She came back from that groin strain. And obviously she's one of the all-star team captains already in year 2. But yeah, there's such weirdo energy constantly.
Well, we call it weirdo, but we know what it is. We'll use that as a euphemism.
How much of that is casual basketball fans don't know how to root, cheer, or even casual journalists don't even know how to cover women's sports yet? Like, how much of it is that?
A lot. And then you're like diving into something where you don't have the history behind it, and a lot of context gets left out. And I think too, as journalism loses more and more resources, sometimes things get rushed, or you don't have the time or the money to maybe go and like tell a story in the way that would have been told years in the good old days of journalism, as they say.
Right.
But it really does feel like so much gets missed. I mean, even like this morning, there were people who were upset that the Fever were playing. It was 10 a.m. Salt Lake time, so 11 a.m. your guys' time. And people didn't understand that the WNBA plays these early morning games as part of kids' camps, which is awesome. So the fans are like all kids, and it's been a great way to connect, youth in the city with the WNBA teams who play there. And people were like, oh, this bum WNBA, they got games on at 11 a.m. Like, they can't even be in the prime time. I'm like, no, it's actually a really cool thing. And if you just took like 5 seconds to look up what this is, you would maybe have a better understanding.
Yeah, for sure. But Jessica, we appreciate you giving us our time today, especially answering the questions in the comments. Those can get real grizzly real quick. Look at me comparing people to animals. People in the comments, I apologize.
Yeah,
I apologize for.
I had to put Reginald in timeout for a little bit.
Reginald was tripping.
Reginald was tripping, bro.
Man, way out there. Man.
We hid that from you.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, but
text me off air.
Shout out to my girl Shamari in the comments. My guy.
Shout out Shamari and Evan.
Both of them giving y'all props. Both giving you props, Jessica, for being their mentors, of course.
They're the best.
Shout out to them.
Shout out Jason for calling me a goat. You can always call me an animal.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sure he's glad to hear that, for sure. But yeah, we're about to take a break, man. When we come back, it's gonna be more to Anthony Sain show. See you guys in a minute.
Looking for an alternative to alcohol or conventional medicine? Check out Ounce of Hope, a Memphis-based dispensary with 2 local stores in the Sanderland Center and on South Cooper Street. You can get all the products you need in a location convenient to you. Each store offers an intentional shopping experience with dedicated bud tenders to answer all of your questions, from product selection and mushroom blends to our personal favorite, the Delta 9 seltzers. You gotta try the Peach Buzz. Try Ounce of Hope at either one of their 2 Memphis stores or at www.ounceofhope.com for convenient products shipped right to your door. Use the promo code BluffCity for 15% off any order, excluding sale items. Cannot be used in conjunction with other promotions or discounts. One use per customer.
I mean, it's like, I get optimism, but it's like he's never been through a Memphis Grizzly injury before. It will take the maximum amount of time possible.
I get it, man. Listen, like
back.
my initial report last night was, I have no words. This is nightmare fuel. Like, that's what went through my mind at first, because it can be. I mean, it can. And it has ended, like, I hate to be this guy, but it has ended careers. There have been football players, countless football players who have had their careers ended by turf toe. So if you want to go that route, we can. But I'm going to choose optimism and say it's going to be 3 or 4 months before he's back playing. Heard it here first. Ask Dr. Buckets. I'm speaking it into existence that Jaren is playing basketball by Thanksgiving.
It's just disappointing. You're like coming right off the heels of this $240 million max extension. It's like, this is the last bit of news.
He's going to get that money regardless whether he's got 1 foot or 2 foot or whatever is going on, and he deserved it.
He could have a Deion Sanders foot, and he should still sign the contract.
Tune into The Daily Grind with your host, Luke Hatmaker, every Monday through Friday at 7:30 a.m. live on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. In the heart of the Highland Strip for 27 years, Trilogy Tattoo has helped tell stories for Memphians for generations. Located at 530 South Highland, Richie and his team are waiting to help you tell yours.
From tattoos to piercings, your body art should be as unique as you are. Voted a Memphis Flyer top 3 tattoo shop in the city of Memphis since day one. Your story will be safe here at Trilogy Tattoo.
Open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 11 to 11, and 3 to 11 on Sundays. They have convenient times waiting on you. Let Trilogy Tattoo help you tell your story.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Answer the Sain show. Kenny, there's one comment that we did not go over. It was not a question. It was a comment by sponsor of the show.
What did he say?
Good friend,
Richie
Jarvis said, P.S. We need to go to Summer League next year. Rich, I ain't got shit to do next week. We can go next week, bro. We ain't got to wait till next year. Hey, it's on you, man. Hey, I ain't messed up. I get flued out. Richie, just to let you know, bro. Hey, we ain't got shit to do, man. So if you want to go to the Summer League next week, I ain't got nothing planned. Julia can hold it down with Memphis Magic Volleyball Institute. I'll hit up Cerrito, let them know I need to be off for a few days for the Summer League. Hey, we'll be all right, bro.
We can do the show. We can do the show from Las Vegas, man.
Matter of fact, we ain't gonna miss a beat. We can do the show live from Vegas, man, for sure. Just like Jessica did. It won't be nothing to pull off. So you just let me know when you're ready to roll, big dog. And speaking of Trilogy Tattoos, please go check them out. Man, 27 years in the business over there on South Highland, doing their thing in the middle of the Highland Strip. They was there before it was the Highland Strip, man. Before the Highland Strip was the place to be, man. It was the place not to be. They were there, and they still there, rocking for 27 years. Professionalism at its peak, man. Award-winning tattoo artists, award-winning piercers over there at Trilogy Tattoos. Go check them out, man. Let them get you straight, man, over there for all your tattooing needs. Like I say all the time, let them tell your story, man. There's a story between every tattoo that you have. Trust your story with the OGs, the vets in the game, 27 years in the business at Trilogy Memphis.
The very best.
All right, Kenny, it is time for the 3-pointer. Let's get to it, my brother. Man, a lot of stuff is happening during the break. I'll touch on all these. Number one, they gave Peter Hardaway a microphone again. Kenny Stubblefield last night.
Dude.
I'll be like, bro, just
I love it. I love it.
Because last year, Petty didn't show up to these.
No, he didn't.
And he was getting criticized for it. They're like, I am here.
Now he showed up.
Here. Let me
give me a mic.
We about to go get another 30-year-old dude from Africa.
Yeah, let me just. I started a decoding Penny Hardaway on Twitter last night.
Right.
What he means by that, there's 2 things that he's saying. One of them is concerning, and one of them is hilarious. He don't like his roster right now, bro. His team. He don't like his team right now. Like,
for real?
The way he's saying, he's like, we're just not where we need to be. Basically, we need more. We need more in July, which is fine. They can get there. But when he comes out and he says we got to add another big. Let me just tell you what he's saying. He's saying, I got one.
I got another big.
I haven't announced it yet. That's what he's saying. There's another big that's coming. They just haven't, whether it's an overseas guy, they haven't cleared the visas, they haven't cleared the, whatever it may be.
Bro,
It'll be
Peter
announced soon.
Hardaway is the funniest coach in college basketball. Bro.
Love it.
Like, how is he getting dudes at this point in the game? Like
Overseas guys. It's just overseas stuff.
Okay, how are overseas dudes that playing for somebody professionally? Like, where is he getting? What leagues are these dudes in?
I couldn't tell you, bro.
And bro, stop playing me like that dude they got ain't 35. Like, bro, what are we talking about, bro? It's about this kid's 18. Like, man, get out of my face, bro. That kid's 38 years old. They went and got found some eligibility for God, that's my joke,
Omar,
bro.
They got Omar Sneed eligibility.
They got God, dog. I can't think of none of these dudes' names. Oklahoma City Thunder.
Which one?
To play with James Harden and them.
That played
God,
with James.
dog. They
Serge
him
Ibaka.
When they got Serge Ibaka.
They got Serge Ibaka.
Some.
Hey, I know you played multiple years in the NBA, but you didn't do college, did you? Let's go.
Right.
You got eligibility.
Got Thon Maker out there playing for Pitt.
Thon Maker.
Yeah, Pitt tripping, bro.
Listen, man, he is by far the most entertaining on the mic coach I've ever been around ever in my life. Like, it's amazing the things that he says.
Yeah. I'm gonna save the one I had for number 2. I'm gonna switch up with a kind of a rapid fire Grizzlies / sad. This is all kind of Grizzlies related. Starting off, former Memphis Grizzlies player Ben McLemore did a 1-year bid here. He's got an 8-year bid coming up, Kenny Stubblefield. Ben McLemore sentenced to 8 years in prison for flat out great treatment. Yeah, straight up.
Wow.
Horrible situation. And then when I heard the man kind of giving his testimony, like, bro, you sound crazy, bro. Like, you sound like, do you really think that you're not guilty? Like,
did he testify in the trial?
Yeah, he
testified.
didn't hear
that.
I can't think what he said, but I remember the brother sounded crazy. But that whole thing. Also, Tariq Biberovic, the speculation is over. He has decided to not come to the NBA, but to stay overseas with his team, whatever team he plays for overseas. So we will not see Tariq Biberovic playing for the Memphis Grizzlies this year. And the final bit of Grizzlies-related news is that the Emirates Cup came out. The pairings, the groupings for that came out. The Grizzlies are in there with the Clippers, the Lakers, the Pelicans, and the Dallas Mavericks are all in the Grizzlies group.
It's a pretty tough group.
Yeah, can't say I care. But we get an extra game. We get an extra Lakers home game, I think, is what happens with it.
Is that how it happens? Oh.
Something like that. I think you get an extra game that's on your schedule. So shout out to the FedEx Forum for getting more bandwagon fans and some crispy Luka Doncic jerseys with creases still in them.
With the tag still on them.
With the tags on, spending like the warehouse. With the little strip of the little not Velcro, the little padding, the little padding, like, yeah, it looks like a static cling strip for sure. It'll still be on the jerseys. But yeah, shout out to that. Number 3, Kenny Stubblefield, Angel Reese news. She's had a pretty big 24 hours, Kenny Stubblefield. She slapped the clipboard out of her. Did that happen today or last night?
I think last night.
Slapped the clipboard out of the VP of Strength and Conditioning was who she slapped out. Like, why are you on the bench? Like, like, why do you have a clipboard? That whole thing is crazy. Anyway, she got frustrated with a play late in the game last night and came to the bench and slapped the clipboard out of the coach's hand.
The most non-story of all non-stories, right?
Right, but the comments, bro, if you want to see some egregious comments, go look at anything Angel Reese does, including breathing. Check that out. But she did seem to call the other ladies on the court hoes. That is.
Hey, listen. What'd you say on Twitter the other day? Hit dogs holler or something like that?
Man,
Is that what you
Hey, bro, Angel Reese is by far one of my favorite athletes in the world, bro. To call the women on the court hoes with the 4 stars is nuts, bro. Oh my God. Hey, but shout out to Shamaria. She is going crazy on and off the court, man. But also,
shout out Shamaria, man. Y'all check out Shamaria, man.
Yeah, check out my girl Shamaria Wiseman doing her thing. She covers the Memphis Tigers ladies basketball team. Or is it ladies, women? I always screw that up. No offense to anybody. But Angel Reese has also had 24 hours that includes the unveiling of her shoe, man. The Angel Reese shoe by Reebok. Also check out the Shaquille O'Neal Reebok documentary that he's got out that features Angel Reese as well. That's came out, as well as something. the cover of NBA 2K, man. Angel Reese is on the cover of that joint. The comments are just blazing. Kenny Stubblefield with vitriol towards Angel Reese for that, man. But yeah. But Kenny, we about to take a break, man. When we come back, we're gonna wrap this thing up inside the same brand. We're gonna talk about another young black lady that is making people angry. Kenny Stubblefield. We'll talk about that and more when we come back. See you guys in a minute.
Looking for an alternative to alcohol or conventional medicine? Check out Ounce of Hope, a Memphis-based dispensary with 2 local stores in the Sanderland Center and on South Cooper Street. You can get all the products you need in a location convenient to you. Each store offers an intentional shopping experience with dedicated bud tenders to answer all of your questions, from product selection and mushroom blends to our personal favorite, the Delta 9 seltzers. You gotta try the Peach Buzz. Try Ounce of Hope at either one of their 2 Memphis stores or at www.ounceofhope.com for convenient products shipped right to your door. Use the promo code Bluff City for 15% off any order, excluding sale items. Cannot be used in conjunction with other promotions or discounts. One use per customer.
I'm with you. Like, it's been tough for him. It's been hard to watch because I just remember kind of the excitement you and I had when he got drafted to Golden State. Like, we talked about it. He was the perfect fit for them. Playing next to Steph and Clay and Draymond. And for whatever reason, it didn't really work out there. He's been bitten by the injury bug multiple times and just never been able to really get his feet under him in the NBA and play a ton of games consecutively. And then with the latest injury being in the first game of the season this past year, tearing his Achilles, like, it's just been really hard to watch for someone that we, did have a close relationship to. So I really don't have anything negative to say about him at all. But it is tough because we thought he was going to be one of the best.
Surefire.
No doubt.
Tune in to On the Bluff with Christian Fowler and Gabe Kuhn every Tuesday at 12 p.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
In the heart of the Highland Strip for 27 years, Trilogy Tattoo has helped tell stories for Memphians for generations. Located at 530 South Highland, Richie and his team are waiting to help you tell yours. From tattoos to piercings, your body art should be as unique as you are. Voted a Memphis Flyer top 3 tattoo shop in the city of Memphis since day one. Your story will be safe here at Trilogy Tattoo. Open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 11 to 11, and 3 to 11 on Sundays. They have convenient times waiting on you. Let Trilogy Tattoo help you tell your story.
All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Answer the Same show. Final segment of the show, man. We call this Inside the Same Brain. I got 2 things on my brain, Kenny. One thing came to my memory. A guy added me on Twitter about this. I just want to throw this out there. Starting next week, man. Power to the creators, man. Power to the podcasters. Starting July the 15th on YouTube, man. They are no longer monetizing accounts that are not connected to an actual person. Like, if it's not clear that the actual person is creating this content.
Like original content. It
got to be original content, bro. Like, we're not monetizing you for anything that ain't you on there. Poor Gabe, though, man. Gabe has just got started with his editing videos, man. He gotta. Hey, I told him, son, you gotta start putting your face on there, and people really gonna start rocking with you. You know what I mean? So I gotta get Gabe. I gotta get Gabe in the lab, man. But
dude, that's a wild.
That's a game changer, bro. That is crazy. Like, if you ain't an actual person making content on YouTube with your voice or your face on here, you are not getting paid from us. But bro, it's so crazy. Like, the AI stuff is just absolutely nuts, man. Like, the videos that pop up now and all this clickbait stuff, and then there's some robot talking. I'm like, man, that stuff is out of here, bro. Power to the creators.
Well, speaking of AI, did you see what happened with Elon last night and AI, his Grok stuff?
What happened?
Like, apparently the CEO of X quit. right? And someone asked a question about her on Grok, like asked a question about her, and it went completely like racist and homophobic and like really bad, to the point where like anyway, AI went nuts on her last night, and they had to delete everything, block everything. Elon went in and canceled everything, all this kind of stuff. AI is a
will
wild,
turn on your ass. Will turn on your ass.
It is crazy. And the crazy part about it, like, this is how a lot of content creators are making. They're literally just like typing stuff out and letting like the aggregation thing, like taking all these different clips that aren't original content and making a lot of money off of it. And YouTube is like, no longer, man.
No, it's over.
It's crazy stuff.
Yeah, shout out to that for sure, man. But an original work Kenny Stubblefield that is making a lot of people a lot of money is a show that I am really enjoying on Netflix. We talked about not Netflix, it's on Disney Plus. We talked about Sinners yesterday. Y'all are absolutely crazy, people in the comments too. I'm just going to assume the dynamic of the people that are in the comments, but like I said, there are some things that are, if you know about Sinners, and it just, hey, it's a FUBU movie, man. So you might not get what makes the movie so awesome.
The night that we had the first conversation where I said let's take it to the podcast, you said this is a FUBU movie, man, and I was like, I got you.
There's a lot of things in Sinners that people just aren't going to get. Like there are certain things in Sinners when I left that movie, I was like, man. As a black man, this shit made me freaking proud, bro. This shit is incredible. Yeah. But a lot of people just ain't gonna get that part of it, and whatever. But anyway, another show that is making me proud, Kenny Stubblefield, is a very awesome series by the good people at Marvel called Lionheart. Me and Julia binge watched that joint. Julia's a big time binge watcher. I'll do it, but I don't do it often. Like I feel if I sit down and watch a whole series of a show, I really feel like I wasted a lot of time. Like I could have been doing anything, like anything else other than this. But I did enjoy this show, man. I came in with skepticism when I first heard they were making this show. I saw the reviews on it, which were incredible. Heard people talking about how culturally relevant it is to the city of Chicago. Outside of Memphis, Chicago is one of my favorite cities to visit. So we sat down and watched that joint. Julia is not a Marvel head at all. She's not a Marvel fan. She enjoyed the show. I'm not going to get into the spoilers at all with this show. I'll just basically set it up for y'all who are interested in this, in possibly watching it. Basically, it's a show about a young lady who it takes place in Chicago. It's this amazing young lady who was a child genius. She admired the Hank Pyms, the Tony Starks of the world, all the geniuses, and she got a internship to be at MIT, part of this Tony Stark program, and she created her own robot. In the model of the Iron Man suit, and she was bound to make it a better suit than Tony Stark's. And it's a guy said this on Twitter. It doesn't feel like a Marvel movie. It feels like a cultural look at Chicago life or just black life, because she just seems to be like this super cool black girl. This also happens to be a child genius as well, and it's showing you the things that she dealt with. Her dad passed away, and her dad was murdered. Her best friend was murdered. And it just shows you the trauma she's dealing with going through that while she's got the pressure of trying to build this suit. And she's like, Tony Stark was a billionaire. I'm just a middle-class kid from Chicago. But I'm trying to make the same type of stuff he was doing, but I ain't got that type of funds. So she started trying to find ways to make money. She got desperate. She started making, deals she probably shouldn't have made. And she gets caught up in that whole thing. But it is a absolutely awesome show, bro. It has a cliffhanger ending that's going to leave you hanging. I don't know if they're going to renew this for season 2 or not. The reviews have been good, but all that stuff is whatever. It's relative. I mean, I think the show is freaking great, bro. And I really hope they come back for season 2. I do advise y'all to go check that joint out. Lionheart on Disney. Off the chain, bro. She's not black girl Iron Man. She's just a young lady who says she's got a good reason as to why she's trying to build a suit. And when they pretty much reveal why she's trying to do that, it makes perfect sense. And it's incredible. Go check that joint out on Disney Plus. Ironheart on Disney Plus.
Are you saying Lionheart or Ironheart?
Ironheart.
Okay.
Like Iron Man, but it's Ironheart.
Got you.
And her name is Riri Williams. It's a girl's real name.
Cool.
But yeah, she's one of those girls that I think she's playing somebody that's a relative teenager, 18, 19, but but she's probably 35.
Yeah.
Like Marvel has a great way of finding like back in the day, bro. They had people that were obviously old playing these characters.
Right.
Nowadays, they're able to find these people who are older than the parts they're playing, but they actually do look like teenagers.
How are you feeling?
Because she's tiny. She's like 4 foot something.
Yeah.
And she's playing a superhero. So yeah.
How are you feeling about the direction Marvel's going in?
I'll say this, man, because people give me shit about this, but I like it because they're kind of restarting some things.
They are. Yeah.
They're using this multiverse stuff to kind of restart the whole thing over again, and hopefully they find T'Challa somewhere in one of these multiverses to bring him back. I hope they do that immediately.
They got to recast T'Challa.
Yeah, they got to, but they playing too long. They made an emotional decision when Chadwick Boseman died that nobody asked for. Nobody asked y'all to stop making. Like, if any other character dies in the movie, and the guy who plays the character dies, they move on. Superman died, they still make a Superman. Like that character is too important of a character to just say we're not going to make that character.
I think we've talked about this in the past. Who would you cast as T'Challa?
I wanted the kid from Snowfall. I can't think of his name. Yeah, I wanted him.
I remember him. Yeah.
They say he turned that joint down though. I'm also looking at I can't think of the guy's name. The guy who played in One Night in Miami. The one who played Jim Brown in that movie.
Okay.
I can't think of his name for nothing. I don't know why I said that movie out of all the movies dude been in, but I can't think of his name. But I'm looking at him as that's him. Damson Idris is the guy I was talking about at first. But the other guy, man, I can't think of that dude's name. He played in the movie that's like not John Wick. What's the movie that when Tyler Perry tried to make an action movie? There's a show out now, but it's like a way better version.
Is it so? There's Eli Gorey, Aldous Hodge, Jeremy Pope.
Aldous Hodge.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude, I like him a lot.
Yeah,
I like him
a
lot. Yeah.
I like to see one of those two guys get that joint, man, for sure. But yeah, man. But check that joint out, man. Check that joint out for sure. Lionheart. Tell me your thoughts about have you seen that joint? If you're thinking about seeing it, go check that out. Yeah, man. But yeah, Ken, it's been a good one, man. Shout out to Jessica Benson for joining us with us today. Good stuff. The Utah Summer League is over. Vegas Summer League is next week. We're waiting on Richie Jarvis.
Where is Richie, man? Richie, we'll
waiting on Richie to send over the flight confirmation numbers.
We'll go. Let's go.
I'm an Airbnb guy. If I have to stay in a hotel, I will. Richie, so just let me know how you want to do that, man. For sure.
Check out Aldous Hodge and Leverage. I haven't seen that.
Oh, hey, what's the show that I'm talking about, man? Just like the redoing the actual better version of that crap that Tyler Perry tried to make. There's like 3 versions of that story, 3 different movies that are telling the story. I can't think of what I'm talking about. I'm asking in the comments if y'all can remember. I can't think. But anyway, bro.
Is it Alex Cross or Cross?
Alex Cross. Yeah. Alex Cross. Yeah. Well, man, for Kenny Stubblefield, this is Anthony Sain. Shout out to the homie Jessica Benson as well. We'll see y'all tomorrow, man, and we out.
Thank you for listening to the Anthony Sain Show. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. For comprehensive coverage of Memphis sports, head over to www.bluffcitymedia.co and find out how you can become an insider. We will see you back here next week.